Kaylee, what is our fifth main topic today?
Fifth main topic comes from Matt D. Hi, John and crew. Variety is reporting that Lucasfilm plans to develop an Indiana Jones show for Disney+. Given Harrison Ford's clearly stated upcoming retirement from the character, what are your thoughts on whether this could be a Young Indiana Jones Chronicles reboot or following another character from the movies? Do you think this is looking like a Young Indiana Jones series?
Listen, I have said from the beginning, it doesn't matter what Steven Spielberg says. It doesn't matter what Harrison Ford says. There is gonna, because I've heard the chance saying, oh yeah, this is gonna be the last thing of Indiana Jones we get. They're not gonna make more Indiana Jones. You can't do more Indiana Jones without Harrison, blah, blah, blah. I've said there is no way. This IP is too well known and too popular to just let die. Did I think they would move on something real quick after the last Harrison Ford Indiana Jones movie? No. But we always knew within a few years, like 5-6 years, there was going to be more Indiana Jones. It doesn't matter what anybody says. You have to. It's too valuable of an IP to just let sit and collect dust on a shelf, right? But it looks like they might be moving on it faster than I thought. This comes to us from the folks over at Variety who write the following. They said this: Disney is actively looking to develop an Indiana Jones TV show for Disney+. Variety has learned exclusively from our sources. The Mouse House and Lucasfilm has specifically been bringing up the possibility of a streaming show set in the world of the globe-trotting archaeologist in general meetings with writers of late, sources say. They are still looking for a writer to take on the project, thus no plot details are available. Given that, it is unknown if a series would serve as a prequel to or a spin-off of the film franchise, or if it would tie into the upcoming fifth Indiana Jones film, similar to how Disney has tied its Marvel shows on Disney Plus into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That comes to us from Variety. Okay, so no details, and even Variety is saying, we're not sure if this is a prequel, so a younger Indiana Jones, or if this is a spin-off, another character, right? Again, we were talking about Disney is all about their shared cinematic universes, right? I will say this, and it's purely a guess. It ain't a spinoff. I don't think it's a spinoff because I think Lucasfilm has to know nobody cares. Nobody cares about an Indiana Jones World movie. There's never been a character in Indiana Jones listen, I love Sala and Short Round and as much as anybody, but nobody wants. There's never been a character in Indiana Jones that anybody's thought for 1 second, I'd watch a spin-off standalone of that. Maybe his dad, maybe Sean Connery's character, but I really don't see anybody in the world caring about an Indiana Jones show. No way. So I think, and again, this is just me speculating, I think it's got to be talking about a younger Indiana Jones. Going back to the era of the Nazis, doing what Indiana Jones does best, fighting Nazis, retrieving relics from their hideous, heinous hands and all that kind of stuff. Is this something we could see within the next 3 years? Maybe. They might want to have something kind of ready to at least go into production after the new movie comes out, because if the new movie's popular, and we don't know that it will be, but if it is, they're probably going to want to capitalize on that momentum. I don't know, Chris, you hear about this, that it looks like Disney wants to get the ball rolling on a Indiana Jones Disney Plus show. How much authenticity do you think there is to this? What could something like this look like? Could it even work? What do you think?
I think there's a lot of authenticity to this. I think this is an IP they really want to capitalize on, right? Especially with the new film coming out. I assume it'd be Young Indy, because do we really want to know like what happens with the George Hall version of Indiana Jones? Why does he have an eye patch? What happened to him in his old age? I hope we also, though, learn from the missteps of the Chronicles of Young Indiana Jones, because that show with Sean Patrick Flannery, who was great in Boondock Saints, not so much in Young Indiana Jones. 28 episodes that I did not care about. And I really, really hope we find a solid writer who can bring the fun and the wit and witticism of Indiana Jones. But it's hard to also pair all of that with the, iconoclast performance we get from Harrison. That is Indy to me. And I don't know if I want to see a younger actor even being that wry archaeologist, I think there's a lot of potential here, but I think there's also a lot of ways this could go wrong.
Rob, you see this. What do you think is going to happen here? Does it have potential?
No. I don't think this is ever going to happen. And I don't think it's ever going to happen because, one, we've seen what happened before. You had Baby Indiana Jones, Teen Indiana Jones, Old Indiana Jones. And the problem is they're locked into a specific time period with this. And I think it's a time period audiences aren't particularly interested in. And unless you're going to go, like they did in the Young Indiana Jones, they did some great jazz episodes in the jazz era. And they did a pretty spectacular World War I two-parter. I think it was a two-parter. That was great. But the rest of the show, the problem is this is a big screen franchise. And unless you can duplicate these kinds of swashbuckling action sequences, which are difficult to make, and they're expensive and they're hard to do correctly. It's just, and they took kind of that out of it in the TV show. And you saw it's like, well, let's have them go into the jazz era. And they tried to send Indiana Jones because there are only so many artifacts in the world you can look for. And I don't think the show worked. And I don't care who they get. I don't care how well written it is. I just think that Indiana Jones doesn't. And having read the Marvel comics and stuff like that too, I don't think they can make enough of a show. No, I'm happy to be proven wrong, but I don't think they can't even get a Star Wars movie off the ground. And they're going to get an Indiana Jones show, and we've already seen what it looked like. Or maybe they'll do another movie. I don't know.
Well, I mean, a couple things to remember. That was a completely different set of people that tried to get an Indiana Jones show going
of
before.
Course.
Right? And I agree with both of you. I mean, it didn't work.
It didn't work.
I 1,000% guarantee you this is going to happen.
Oh, wow.
1,000% guarantee you. Because I tell you what, you're a Disney exec. There's no way you lose your job real quick if you have an IP like Indiana Jones and you don't at least take a swing at the bat to try to keep that kind of valuable franchise alive. They'll absolutely do it. And I've seen a good amount of adventure shows. And again, I would say this works if you take it back to the Nazi era. Because everybody loves fighting Nazis. So you got Indiana Jones again with his main antagonist being the Nazis. And I think there's a lot of potential. But I do agree that there's also potential for it to go bad in many, many, many ways.
Yeah, I just don't think because the character's not a soldier.
No.
You know, he's an archaeologist, and there's how many archaeological stories can you set? But I agree, you got to go back to that era. But we've already seen, you know, they're going back to the Nazi era again in this upcoming movie.
Yeah, but we could say we've already seen Tom Cruise fly the F-14. But people love it, right? We want to
Bunch of Nazis.
Yeah, once every 36 years, John.
But I'm telling you, I think there's a lot of ways this could work because I think just I think the world right now I think television needs a good, pure adventure series. We had several good ones in the 90s. I think we are due for another good one.
I also think it's going to be contingent upon how well the new Indiana Jones movie
No
does.
doubt. You are 1,000% right about that. Like, absolutely. Because the new Indiana Jones tanks, then they'll still do an Indiana Jones series, but instead of like 3 or 4 years later, it'll be maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years down the road.
And look, I would like to see if they could make a good series. I'm just dubious. Especially I'm dubious that Disney itself can come up with something great.
Someone in the chat brought up there is what's his name? National Treasure, the series too.
Yeah, I mean, so they've
Jason
got the
Frost.
National Treasure series.
Yeah.
So they're kind of getting into this idea of these adventure series on television. But you know what? Not just the new Indiana Jones movie. Maybe they're going to also keep an eye to see if this National Treasure series works. Because if nobody watches it, nobody cares. That might give them pause. But guys, question is for you. Reports coming out that Disney wants to do an Indiana Jones series. I absolutely believe it's true, and I think they will do it. But maybe you don't. Maybe for the reasons Rob mentioned, maybe for other reasons. Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there. Hey guys, we want to take a moment and thank the sponsor of this video, Athletic Greens. Now, I started taking Athletic Greens because I don't eat enough vegetables, and I was looking for a way to make up for that deficit in my diet of those vitamins and minerals that I really needed in my system, and thank goodness I found Athletic Greens, and I literally take it every morning. You see, with 1 scoop of Athletic Greens, you're absorbing 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole foods, source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health, your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, all the things. And my wife got onto it, and now she absolutely loves it. You know, tons of people take some kind of multivitamin, and it's important to choose one with high-quality ingredients that your body will actually absorb like Athletic Greens. So right now, it's time to reclaim your health and arm your immune system with a convenient daily nutrition, especially heading into the flu and cold season. It's just 1 scoop and a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/Campea. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/Campea to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance.